We built a world where you get to live on easy mode. I appreciate being on that wall. I appreciate the fact that I get to serve my country. Right. I appreciate the fact that in a room full of people, I'm the first person someone's going to look to pull a child out of a burning car. I do not shy away from that responsibility and obligation. Exactly. I don't think any of the men here are complaining about the fact that you're living on easy mode, because we built a world where you get to live on easy mode. The point is like what Myron says, people who have privilege don't recognize their privilege. It's invisible to you when you have it. That's the only thing that we're trying to bring up.
But
does that make sense? We're not victims because we get to work. I love the fact that I get to work. I love the fact that my family is never going to have to worry about medical bills or where they're going to live for the rest of their lives. Because I bust my ass. I love that. So we're not shying away from that.
I love that.
But the point is, going back to what he said before, like the thing is, he's using the word easy mode, which I think might be a triggering word for you. It's easier is what he's saying. And you have certain advantages that we don't have. We're not complaining. And for what she said, you're absolutely right. That's what makes us harder. But there's a certain group of men that are inundated with pornography. They're inundated with video games. They're inundated with these other things where now their life becomes on easy mode. And then they just lose all motivation and they become overweight and then they end up going
that's who this, but that would sound like how you were saying like that's who this $39,000 a year person is. Like and that's the thing, that's the real epidemic here, because if you're not going to have men who are working really hard, who are raising up society, then why would women have to hold themselves to a high standard? There are men who work very hard and who also make $39,000 a year. I agree. I agree.
It's not a function of men working hard.
I'm just using that as example.
Yeah, for sure.
That was basically putting in work and getting something out of it, not necessarily just monetarily, but putting in effort and getting something out.
I think you guys have an issue with me using the term easy mode, and I'm not going to take my foot off the pedal with that. You guys do live life on easy mode, because whatever endeavor you want to get into, whether it's sports, there's a female league for you, which is inferior to the male league. If you guys want to go ahead and get into the job market, there's affirmative action that will let you get into that job market, even though you might not be as qualified as a man. Whether we want to talk about dating or relationships, it's easy mode because you're able to go ahead and attract the opposite gender while bringing relatively nothing to the table. Women live life on easy mode at almost every single facet of human endeavor in 2023. And here's the thing. I'm not mad about it. I'm just acknowledging it. But if I acknowledge it, I'm considered an asshole, misogynist, blah, blah, blah. But the reality is we can't go on OnlyFans and make a bunch of money like a lot of you guys are with zero platform. Men have to be able to do something to provide some kind of value to be able to make money. Women, on the other hand, hold on. Women, on the other hand, can just monetize their sexuality fairly quickly if they're attractive enough. So what I'm saying is simply this. Women have more opportunities to do certain things that men will never get, and men must earn everything that they get. Women don't have to. They can choose to go ahead and earn if they want. When we want to become a doctor, become successful, she can. But she always has the ability to go ahead and find a rich man or get into sex work or whatever else that will make her money quick and easy.
Do you think that there's any guys living on easy mode, though?
Sure, they're born rich.
I live on easy mode right fucking now. Good. But it's going to take a lifetime of work. So what I would tell my son is the brutal reality of the world. Life is going to be really fucking hard, really fucking unfair, and you better start competing right now real fast, because everything you want in this world, you're going to have to take it. You're going to have to fucking take it, G. And so my kids are going to have a ruthless disadvantage over everybody else's sons, because in the world where I have sons, I'm raising my sons against the bullshit you said you're going to tell your sons. My sons are going to be ruthless, and they're going to own your sons. And that's why single women, they raise these boys, and it kind of sets them up. Because if there's not a strong father in the house, the son is at a disadvantage. Right? It's going to be ugly. It's going to be brutal. It's not going to be okay. You will suffer like a motherfucker if you don't get to work. You better compete, and compete early, and compete often. Every day you wake up, you're in competition. It's ruthless out there. It is nature.
No, that's legit. I'm so glad I'm not a man.
I'm glad you said that. Because with easy mode, you get, once you build yourself up to get yourself in easy mode, you get to take care of a family. You get to have a wife and kids. You get to do these things. I don't think those broke motherfuckers should get to have kids at all. I don't feel bad for them. Get mad or play ball.
I agree.
You think I feel sorry for some fucking dude that's beating his dick to porn tonight? Hell no. Because I'm gonna fuck his sister. So right? But it's a brutal reality of the world.
I wanted to say something to what you said.
It's a brutal reality of life. Because it's really important, and that's why Myron and Walt do this show. What they're doing and what they've been doing for the past 2 hours, hour and a half, is pointing out the reality of the world. I don't think that makes you ladies bad people at all. your experience is going to be a little different, and it's also going to tie into some primal things that you actually want, like having children, right?
Yeah.
Having children is a very hard job.
Yeah.
Mothers, I don't think we respect mothers enough in
Not
society.
easy mode.
No, it's one of the it's a very physically, mentally, emotionally hard job. It really, really is. I respect mothers. I really do. And I think that if we could champion mothers a little bit more, maybe a lot more women could find themselves in a place where they could be a mother.
So there was
this guy.
There was another survey that came out that showed that 83% of women said that if they could, they would have preferred to be a stay-at-home mother.
I would say
83%.
I'm sure everybody on this panel
these are women who did not. They're not surveying women who are stay-at-home mothers, but in general, that they have a partner who is able to provide enough for them. This goes against what you were saying about we want women who make as much money as us, and they don't care about money. 83% of these women who were surveyed, and these women were not stay-at-home mothers. They said, if given the choice, would you have preferred to be a stay-at-home mother? 83% of them said yes. That's 1.5 standard deviations.
Can we ask that question right now?
I want to say one thing though.
I want it.
Being a mother doesn't mean letting everybody get fucked. It means after you have the kid, are you actually doing motherly duties?
Yeah.
Can we ask that question right now? Because I want to see why they said no, they wouldn't want to be a stay-at-home mother. I want to know why they said that.
I have to get the whole thing that I'm
83% they would rather be a stay-at-home mother, but they didn't have the ability to because the partner didn't make enough money for that to happen.
I think that's just the way the nature of women are. Like men, okay, y'all provide it, and the woman wants to be home nurturing.
Yeah.
Like that's just the nature of it. Yin and yang. I even said this the last time I was on here. Like I feel like there is roles and everything. Like, I mean, I'm not going to take away from anything else other than the fact that it's like, you know, you guys, like as guys, y'all aren't able to breastfeed. Y'all aren't naturally adept at cooking and cleaning and things like that. That's why I said naturally adept. Some guys can.
Sure.
But, you know, it's just the yin and yang. That's why 83% of the women is saying, yeah, I'd rather be home doing exactly what I'm built to do.
Yes.
I'm not even going to go that far. I'm just going to say that the stats are saying that 83% of women would rather stay at home than be in the workforce.
Supposed to do.
Now, the very fact that I made that statement, some people are going to listen to this who are leftists or feminists, and they're going to be very angry. Like, man, that what you're doing is you're encouraging a certain level of like gender roles. And I'm like, I'm not encouraging anything. That's just what what the statistics say. As much as that angers you, that a lot of women would prefer to do that.
Why?
Or particularly a lot more women than currently are doing that. And we go back to the average man making $39,000 a year. At $39,000 a year, she can't stay at home and be a mother. And that's the reason why, that's part of the reason why that's happening. Going back to what Justin was saying, the very proof, the battlefield of men competing with other men is that bottom third of men having zero sex. It's those men making less than $39,000. That means if the average is 39, that means there's a lot of men making $22,000.
They couldn't have a housewife.
Correct. So that's my point. We have to compete with each other. And so what happens is we have this stratification where there's this small group of men at the top. 83% of right swipes on Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge go to the top 20% of men. That's such an outrageous number when you think about that. Yeah. That means the bottom 80% of men are competing for 17% of the women.
Wow.
So it's incredibly inequitable. So what does that mean? That means that we have a situation where that men are competing with other men. And in doing so, there's a bunch of men at the bottom who are getting nothing, surplus men, right? And then we have a bunch of women who are specifically saying, I would prefer to have a husband who is able to provide for me so that I could stay at home. 83%, just so you understand, 68.27% is one standard deviation. 1.5 would be about 84%. So that's 1.5 standard deviations. That's incredibly statistically significant for something like that to happen.
Yeah.
So that's a description. Myron and Fresh, they have an interpretation. I don't even want to do the interpretation. I just want to present the math just to show you that's what women are wanting and they're not getting it.